the main events in the audio frequency circuit. The microphone brings about a pulsating direct current. The transformer changes this to an alternating current. Vacuum tubes amplify this alternating current, which then goes to the modulator.
Molecules containing more than one atom can rotate and vibrate. Sometimes vibration is simple in form. We can see that each vibrational mode has a different frequency, and all of the patterns of vibration may be different. Each of the vibrations is a simple harmonic motion.
The same peaked wave triggers a pulse-forming circuit, which creates a new waveform, pulses with flat tops. Notice that throughout these changes, the exact subdivisions of our second and time have not been lost. We still have precisely the same number of positive peaks per second.
Pulsating direct current. Pulsating direct current.
If the sine wave's frequency is 1,000 cycles a second, we have actually divided 1 second into 1,000 equal parts. But in this sine wave, it's impossible to tell where each thousandth of a second begins and ends. That's why it's changed into this, a peaked wave, which can be measured from positive peak to positive peak.
The microphone brings about a pulsating direct current. Vacuum tubes amplify this alternating current, which then goes to the modulator.
The number of times a given molecule moves back and forth in 1 second is the
All right, welcome everyone to another episode of Ordinary Gains, episode 31. This time we're doing something different called the Couples Cast. Before we get into that, let's do our introductions. I am the man that's setting this whole thing up, that's missing his controller.
What controller do you need, honey?
The one that you actually, there we go, this one. I am lost without this one right here. I'm left by E.G.O. I love you. So beautiful wife and patient wife, Shiro, and we are joined by Ron and Britt. Guys, welcome to the Couples Cast, and thank you for joining us. How you guys doing this evening?
Good.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Yeah. Appreciate it.
No problem. Guys, for those that don't know, I know that I was dealing with Ron and his partner with the Scan 13 live stream that we did. Talking to Ron off screen, Britt comes in, fantastic conversation, and we're going to get to the awesome cookies that she bakes, guys. All right, life-changing. I like to hold my cookies in high esteem. They tasted those, and then E.G.O had to get rid of his ego after having a bite of potato cookie. We're definitely going to give her a chance to talk about and promote her baking because it is phenomenal. Before we do that, we'll go ahead and address the chat. My man Johnny Douglas, welcome to the Slam. I love it. Abomination AJ, what up? Welcome, good sir, as well. And we are also streaming live to Instagram, Twitter, as well as YouTube. My man El Ray in Instagram, thank you for joining us. All right, sir. It's going to be a jam-packed stream that we've got. And as well, Dempsey, hello. You doing okay over there?
No, you can't see on your right side, and now you have put me on your right side, and you're just like flailing.
I didn't think about that when I did it. I guess we're going to get into things that annoy the couples.
Yeah, that's a great segue.
Right?
It is quite the segue, guys. So I invite Ron and Britt to join in us either on our story times and our grievances if they are okay doing that. I ain't trying to wreck the relationship, but hey, it's a safe space for the airing of grievances should you so do so. So for those that don't know, we've got it coming up. But first,
the tradition of Festivus begins with the airing of grievances. I got a lot of problems with you people. Now you're gonna hear about it. You.
All right, guys. So
That's
again,
exactly what I was thinking about, and then you put that on. That's fantastic.
Oh yeah, Once someone told me about that episode, I was like, "This is my favorite episode of Seinfeld ever."
Oh God, I love it.
It's fantastic. All right, so guys, the earring of grievances that I have with Shiro. All right, so I was having a decent Saturday. Woke up kind of late in the day. Took a nap from about like 9 to 2. All right, because it had been a really stressful week, and so I wake up. The wife was watching TV, bear in my mind on the couch. She didn't care if I'm sleeping, just turns on the TV, he's got it turned up and starts watching TV. I wake up, go to the bathroom, comes back. She's like, "Are you okay? It's just like we haven't talked all day." You know, I don't care. Wow. I'm telling you, it's my grievance. It's like, we haven't communicated with me all week. And so you guys, when your spouse is being a jerk, they're not acting childish, but you have to use child terminology with it, right?
It's the same. Oh my God, dude. It's the same.
I'm gonna let you get to yours too, because I'm just like, I can't treat her like a child. I have to use childlike language to understand the point. So I'm like, I turn to a plane like, here comes the plane of understanding. How can I understand what you're going through right now? That was you. If Ron or Britt, you get your rebuttal. All right, if Ron or Britt, do you guys have a light grievance that you'd like to share in the safe space?
I don't have nothing specific, but I can tell you that that's a common thing as well here. And how ours usually manifests is, let's say we're both busy. I'm drawing. I got to get something done, but she has a project too. So we're both really busy, and it might be for like 2 or 3 days. And then at the end of the night, she'll come to me and be like, "I feel like you're distant. We haven't talked in 2 or 3 days." And then I have to recap the 2 or 3 days and tell her, "This is what I was doing. This is what you were doing. We're both very busy. I'm not distant."
No one likes your logic, okay?
I just have to like walk her through how we got here and be like, "No, we're okay. I'm not distant. We're both really busy this week." So that definitely happens here too.
Britt, do you have a rebuttal? Or you want to leave it as is? I'm giving you the chance here.
He's right, but I've got to say, like, that's my feelings you're talking about.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm not wrong if we've both been busy that I feel like we're distant. I'm right.
No, you are right. You are right. But you are right. But again, okay, so here's a common thing too. Feelings versus perception versus reality versus logic versus logic. So your feelings aren't wrong. The perception you're projecting from your feelings, I would say, would be incorrect, but I'm not negating your feelings. I'm not telling you like it's
perception is wrong.
Airplane of understanding right there.
Yeah.
There it is.
We have to be very, very specific with our language, because me and Brittany both come from kind of weird backgrounds. We both have anxiety, and we can both be triggered. And so because we're both like that, it's almost helpful because we're very careful with how we speak to each other.
We've discovered that we're actually emotionally codependent on each other, but because of that awareness, we're trying to grow from it. But it's tricky because we're both trying to help each other, help ourselves, help each other. So it's
totally understandable. So I'm emotionally codependent and he is not. And so like I'm like, but you're so angry and it's making me so angry or anxious or I'll be mad and he'll be like, okay, you said you were mad and like go right to sleep. And I'm like, I just get even more enraged.
Oh, dude, see, I can't. I totally get it. I totally get it. Like, here's the thing. I am exactly like Britt. Like, if I'm upset, she can't be okay. Like, it drives her crazy if I'm upset. But if she's upset, like my stomach hurts. Like, I'll just sit and stare at the wall until something changes because if she's upset, I almost can't move. It's almost
we both
debilitating.
have our different ways that we respond to it, but we completely respond to it. Everything else stops.
And then we don't. It's tough because like if I'm angry, it'll be upsetting her. And I do for 7 years. I say it every time. It's not you. I'm angry at this. It's not personal. But if she can't fix it for me, she gets really upset.
Yeah, she's the same way. All right, now let's see. Do you have a rebuttal on anything so far?
I mean, I don't have a rebuttal. I'm my own grievances. I'm my own woman.
Okay, let's drop the banner. You got your grievance. What you got?
Okay. I am doing all these great things with all my new power tools, and all you are doing is giving me shit about it.
It's me. Every
time I get something or like, to finish what I'm doing, you have a knip shit about me going to Home Depot.
It's because I envision you losing the finger and saying it casually.
Like,
hey, you want to go to the grocery store? By the way, I lost a pinky.
Just be like, hey.
Exactly. And then just be like, every time we have some, hey, what's going on, guys? West Side. You see that?
I would prefer to lose a thumb.
I swear to God, you lose a thumb. Don't do. No, she knows how I feel about that. I said, can you lose a big toe or a thumb? And she said a thumb. And ever since then, she's been trying to touch me with 4 fingers. I can't do it. So I don't like it. Plus, every time you come around, it's like I feel like I'm dating or married to Bob the Builder.
Can you give me a feminine name like Bob? I mean, no. Bobby kind of a feminine name.
No,
really, but...
I can't because you ordered 37 pieces of 40 pieces of fencing wood.
That's so I can make a fence.
That's not a Georgina the Builder thing. That's a Bob the Builder right there. I feel like half the time you got to come around and Devin and be like, and then come with a drill. Tim the Tool Man. Really? No. Okay. This is
I know who Tim the Tool Man.
I know. It's just that's what I just envision. I envision you either.
He's just mad now.
Yeah, all denim, and then you lose the pinky.
Aren't you happy that I haven't bought a pair of overalls
yet? Yes.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us. I mean, so that will bring us to the conclusion of the grievances. However, it is time for story time with Left Eye E.G.O. Oh yeah, I got this for a while. Hold on, guys. Here we go.
Welcome everyone to another episode of Storytime with Left Eye E.G.O. Be sure to join in and laugh at his trauma. Let us begin.
All right, guys. So this story time actually happened literally last night. Okay, Shira had been, working on putting up the fence and everything. So she's been doing stuff all day. I'm like, you should sit down. You should sit down. You should sit down. She sits down. We watch like one horror movie, and she's like exhausted by 8:30. So I'm like, honey, you should go to bed. She's like, okay. Didn't no one tell me that for the next 6.5 hours, I was inducted in WBW, which is World Bedroom Wrestling, and not even the sexy kind, okay? That no one tell me for 6.5 hours, I'd be fighting for my life. If you want a preview of what that was like, here we go right here.
I've been out in Atlanta. Everybody's been asking me for the last year and a half when Nitro's coming to town. Now they don't have to ask me anymore. That's right. Oh, look at this maneuver.
So for 6.5 hours, he's putting me in headlocks, ankle joint locks, pulling on me, headlocks, a sleeper hold. She even tried to put me in the Boston Crab at one point. Okay, I don't even know what you were dreaming or what, but that needed to stop. Okay.
I felt like I slept so peacefully.
No, you didn't. In my dream, I was saying, "Ring the bell, ref. Give her the damn bell." I quit. Stop.
I literally woke up so refreshed.
Did you? I didn't. You knew when you woke up. I looked at you. I was like, "What was happening? What were you dreaming about?"
I literally don't know. I feel like I just had the deepest nights of sleep of my life yesterday.
You had an Iron Man match with me, and don't even remember. You couldn't even have an Iron match.
Conquering all her demons. She was conquering all her demons. She woke up, new person.
Yeah.
I just wish she'd have chosen someone else. I don't like this kind of lopsided. I didn't agree to this. I was ringing the bell at one point. It was either that or you try to make it work or you try to push me off the bed.
You know why this happened?
Why?
You did it to yourself.
How did I do this to myself?
Because I went to bed peacefully, and then here you come in the middle of my sleep, and all I hear is I woke up like, are you eating something? What is happening? You're in the bed. And here you are with the cracker. What? Like, you couldn't eat that in the kitchen? Like,
okay, it's fine.
You got what you deserved.
She was pretending she was asleep.
That's what I was like.
And putting you in a freaking chokehold.
Woke up a conqueror. Thank you. Exactly. I did get super. Exactly. I really did. I just wanted to give her the bell. Like, you can have the dream bell. Keep it. Leave me alone.
But at least I was gentle with it. I mean, there have been times where I've literally elbowed you and, you know.
Can you tell them why you elbowed me, honey? The dream you were having when this happened?
No, but you have elbowed me.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Are you the tosser and turner on?
No, the only times that I've been violent in my sleep is if I'm having a dream that I'm fighting my dad. And those are always the times where, and it's like 5 times in my whole life, right? Okay. But like those are the times where I'll flail a little bit. And I guess I did elbow you once.
Yeah, you've elbowed me a few times.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not that bad. I'm not horrible. Brittany, when we first got together, she used to flail a lot more. She used to like have her arm around me, but as she was getting to sleep, like right in that halfway point, she'd jerk herself awake and stuff. Like
that was from my past.
A lot of trauma. That was all trauma. Yeah.
Well, you know, that actually lets us jump into it. You know, we'll just again, guys. This is the couples cast and the couples spotlight for Ron and Brittany. So, just gonna jump into it. So, first question we had for you guys is: you have to describe how you guys met using an 80s or 90s movie reference. What movie are you choosing? And just go ahead and feel free to tell us how it actually happened.
Could you figure one out? Because
they weren't. None of them were quite right.
They weren't quite.
I looked up. So the song "Jesse's Girl" kept coming to mind, and there's not a movie that's as close to it as what I was looking for. So I was like, and they're just gonna have to deal with the song. But he also suggested When Harry Met Sally.
Okay.
So, and it's only like halfway there because when Harry Met Sally, it was like. In the beginning, it was just a random meet, and they talked, and they went their separate ways for a long time, and they kept coming back somehow. You know what I mean? And that's more. It was kind of that type of thing for us. But we were friends. Like, okay, so should we actually tell the whole?
Please tell us the whole thing. Please do.
Okay. Well. Okay. So, I was friends with her ex, and that's how I met her. So we were introduced and everything, and then we met. We just met a couple times, and then I was working as a striking coach at a boxing gym in Batavia, and my friend came in to train. I hadn't seen him in years, and he was still with her. And at that point, me and my friend started talking more again and stuff. And we all started hanging out. Now, I am extremely respectful. So I always had a thing for her, but for years, I never even like came in the house and bumped her in the arm or anything. Nothing.
Okay.
Never made any pass, nothing. It's not my business. It's not mine. My friend ended up really not being there for me at very, very, actually only once, because I'm the person that's there for other people. So I never really need anyone that's there for me. Well, my mom and my grandma had both passed away within 26 days of each other.
Oh, wow.
He was not there for me. We were all going to hang out. He lied. Brittany texted me. She's like, "Where are you?" I'm like, "He said you were sleeping." She's like, "No, I'm waiting for you to come over." Like and I'm like, so having had a huge loss in my life, I was flying back and forth to Florida because that's where I was living at the time. It was a mess. So I tell you what, I knew I was never going to hang out with this guy again because I only needed him once, and it was big, and he wasn't there. And I'm like, fuck it. This is my. I'm throwing out a Hail Mary. And I texted her, I said, "You've been waiting for him to put a ring on it for 2 years. I'll put a ring on it tomorrow."
Oh, damn.
Go ahead, sir.
And yelled it at me.
And the next day, she texted me back because they were never. It was kind of like she was trying to make it work for the kids for years.
I had my daughters with this.
Yeah. So, and he didn't really care. He just had a place to stay. He didn't really give a shit, you know. She was just trying to do anything possible to not have a breakup with 2 girls, you know. So I knew the situation. I knew that, but it's still, you know, they were together, and it's not my business. But once I got screwed over, I'm like, oh, the hell with this. I know neither of them are happy, so I'm throwing it out there.
Yeah.
And
I just during that like period, I was the first to text him.
She was.
I texted him first, and I used to make like inappropriate and not PC jokes, and he thought I was a hoot. So I texted him on my own one day. I took his phone number out of my ex's phone and texted him, and he was like, "Does he know you're texting me?" And I was like, "I don't need anybody's permission to text anyway." I do what I want. And he was like, "Uh-oh."
Oh yeah. Well, in my head, I'm like, "Oh boy," but still, until that night when I said, "Okay, I know I'm done with him." Like me and her we never hung out once, like without him. Nothing ever happened. And then, you know, when it's time, it's time. And then we played chase for like a year. It was a rough year. It was a rough year, man. Holy shit. Let me tell you, the abridged version is that she had a lot of anger walls that I had to break down. And
I've been apologizing for years.
No, they want the story.
Okay.
They want the story. So I'm just telling them this is just a fact, okay?
I just don't need his side eye. He can't see on the right. He's turning his whole head.
So the fact that I really liked her so much freaked her out because although she enjoyed that, she wasn't used to that. She wasn't used to someone really caring about her like that. So she, you know, trauma response, I'm going to push it away, but come back here, but push you away. And, you know, after like a few months of that, it got pretty rough with us. And we just stopped talking to each other. And it was probably the worst time I'd had in 20 years.
Me too.
Wow.
Honestly, like, I don't care. I'm an open book. Like, cried till I threw up. Like I
missed him every single day. I couldn't talk to anybody on any level, like on any friend or more than friend level without comparing the person to him.
I was actually afraid to leave the house. What was it like?
It was like 4 or 5 months.
4 or 5 months of not talking.
Yeah,
After
it felt like way longer.
it did feel like longer, but so literally throughout those 4 or 5 months, like I was in such rough shape. I was just actively trying to hate her because I couldn't stand loving her anymore, and I would be afraid to like go to a restaurant because I'm like, if I see her with someone, I'm gonna kill them both, and it's just as like I was just nuts, you know what I mean? And then one day I'm at my computer and I'm starting to, it's funny. This is how it works. Of course, I'm starting to get over that hump. Like I'm able to go out and not be afraid of seeing her. And I'm starting to live a little bit, and I'm on Facebook and I get a friend, the friend request pops up.
Ding, ding.
I shit you not, within probably 0.3 of a second, 1,000 thoughts went through my head because I'm like, because everyone followed me through this journey. My friends followed me through this journey of the whole up and down. And I'm like, oh my God, if I accept this friend request, everyone's going to be so mad at me. Click, accept. Like I can't, but it was like 1,000 things that all sounded like that. And I'm like, no, accept. And we started talking immediately. We talked for the rest of the night, explaining ourselves and our situations. And we went to see a movie the next day. And it was pretty much almost every day until we moved in together. And it was a pretty intense, if you could call it like courting stage. It was very not normal, intense, but we had already known each other for so long. once all the craziness calmed down, we were left with each other with the same people that we knew. And it's like, okay, we can definitely, like, this is working. This is what I imagine this would be. This is amazing. And
we got a year of like awesome date nights, just us, and having a sitter for the girls and stuff.
Yeah.
And then after a year, I got pregnant with his son.
Yeah. Well, on purpose, though.
On purpose, I was trying.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, that year was phenomenal. Oh my God. Just every Friday and Saturday, because we were still talking to her parents at that time, which is a whole nother freaking story. But oh my God. Borderlines. Be careful with borderlines.
He kissed me first.
Yeah, but she challenged me to kiss her first. She challenged me.
I like this.
Yeah,
I like her.
No, she did that kind of, I bet you're not even a good kisser. I'm like, okay.
Okay.
Okay, you know. And
Well
I
played.
love you a little. Like, come on, buddy.
Well played.
You can do it.
I was, again, like, for me, I'm like, unless I know that it's definitely going to be a yes, like, I basically told her, listen, I'm not going to make a move until I'm sure I'm not going to be pepper sprayed. Like, I'm not good at reading. I'm not good at reading signs. I'm great at talking to girls, but historically, if they say yes, I don't know if they like me or I'm a stranger. I don't get it. I'm too forward and honest to play that game, so I can't read signs. So I'm like, you know, and then she's, you know, way out of my league. So it's like, it's you know, I told her, I was like, she's like, well, you don't make a move. I said, it's because I don't know. Like, because if I'm turned down, like, you know, what's up?
See, gosh, that works.
So yeah, it was the first year was intense, but like I said, after that, and after after all the fun date nights and stuff, she got pregnant. Now this would be my first kid, but her third. Okay, and I spent a lot of time in Top's parking lot because she would be having those pregnancy emotions and just like completely like Tops is a supermarket in our area, by the way. Okay. So I spent a lot of time in parking lots texting her like, what the hell's going on? I'm like,
safe to come out?
Yeah, basically, yes. Like, holy shit. And yeah, that was crazy too. It was It was a lot. It was a lot. And then so we had just recently, we've been together 7 years. So imagine getting through all that, having Clark, and then like a year later, which is going to be one of your topics, a year later, like COVID hits.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And during COVID, her parents start to, oh God, I don't even know if I should go
Yeah, okay, hold on to that because we're going to get into that.
There, honey. I'm going to have you read the...
Well, not yet. But like, so all these things you're describing, not as intense, but they seem very parallel. Like when we were hanging out, like it was great. We really liked each other. But I got to a point where I was like, I told my friend, he's touching me. Like he's always just touching me. And she was like, that means he likes you. And I did a lot of things to try to push him away to see if like he would just go. You know what I mean? So
fair.
I mean, is that a fair assessment?
Oh, it's a very fair assessment. Oh, I'll see you later. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Be okay. I'll see you when you get home.
And I would send a bulleted text message and he just wouldn't respond the whole day. And I'd be like, ugh.
Oh, God. Yeah.
I'll ask this. Since you've been together, what is the silliest argument that you guys have had? If you're willing to share.
You want to do milk?
That's about milk.
Yeah, I guess it would be the silliest. I mean, it's one of those arguments where, you know what, it's not about the milk. It's one of those, you know what I mean? But
that's why I picked the
that's why it's really silly because
if I may just real quick, like most of the arguments we have are just big bang boom. Like that's it. We will hash it out. If he's going through something or if I'm going through something, like it's really, really important for us to not stew and to tell each other. And like if one of us is blaming the other for something, like we're both really compelled to get to the bottom of it because we don't like that uneasy feeling.
Because we're both basically sick until like we can fix this.
So, and we did also just revisit this recently. So I'm not like, I know that it was pretty much overreacty of me for the most part.
Well, because it wasn't about the milk. Because it's not about the milk. You know what I mean?
It wasn't about the milk. But that's probably like the biggest one in a long time.
But it takes like 3 or 4 hours to okay. So all right. So yeah, basically we had some almond milk. Now I use almond milk for my protein shakes, and then she uses it for her creamer and her coffee. Okay. There's only one jug left. I got to go to work. I pour half in a glass for her, and I take the other half. Now it was like half of a half. All right, it wasn't because the gallon wasn't full, or the whatever it is, the carton. Yeah, the carton wasn't full. It's what we had. And then me and her are really triggered by even slight attitudes. So she had sent me a text. And then she had sent me some text and had a little bit of a right jab to it, you know, just a little bit of pepper to it. So I can't let that go because I immediately get angry. And so I'm like, okay, what's going on? And then it just builds up and builds up. And here's the issue though with how we argue. We're both really good at reading people and each other with psychology. We've studied psychology for a very long time.
Okay.
So the thing is, I can immediately tell her why this is a ridiculous argument for 3 hours about milk, and that it's about milk, but how she sees that is me invalidating the milk.
Well, because he'll be like, no, it's not a personal thing. I did this. It didn't realize that it wasn't enough or whatever. And now it's done. Now we need to be done with it. Yeah. And I'm like, I am not done. I do not feel like I am done.
And that's okay. But right there is how you know that it's not the milk. Because if if I apologize, because I did, if I apologize and say I didn't know that wouldn't be enough for you, I didn't do it on purpose, right? And she's still fuming and won't, so it's not about the milk then.
Mm-hmm.
What ends up happening is about 3 to 4 times a year, I kind of get blindsided because Brittany builds up. And then it all comes out, and then we have like a 6-hour thing, usually starting with me at work. So I just sit there and stare and hope no one comes in because I can't talk. And then we come home. I walk in. We don't say hello. One of us goes upstairs. The other one follows, and then we hash it out kind of loudly. And but we're done though. After that, we're done. It's just it's a lot to try to walk through the logical steps and to get her to see no, it wasn't the milk, because then she'll say, this is what happens. She'll say, okay, but, and then she'll name off 3 or 4 things that I haven't done. Like I'm saying, like that I should do, like more housework or something. Okay. And I'm like, okay, so there was a whole list behind the milk. And you're right. And that's the thing though. You're right about the list. I should do the dishes more often. I should, if I step over a sock, I should pick it up. Right? You're not wrong about that, but you're wrong about the goddamn milk.
It's funny you say that because literally he'll be like, oh, it's just about the milk. Yeah. Okay. My bad. And I'm like, no, but you're not getting the point. I just need you to acknowledge my feelings.
But I need, but I don't know, ego, like for me, I'm very logical with and I'm very precise. I need the correct thing to acknowledge because I'm not okay. Because I had a very bad relationship before this, as did she, very bad. And one of the rules that I made for myself is I will not apologize if I didn't do something on purpose or with any intent to harm. I will not apologize. I'm not going to apologize for someone to basically be able to beat me up easier next time. That's the way the old relationship was, okay? So I need to know exactly what I'm apologizing for.
And the other thing also is that with my whole problems, I'll try to bring to the table something that I am upset about, but I'm trying to communicate it differently so that I don't hurt his feelings by saying it, but he doesn't understand me clearly enough when I do that. So then after we're arguing back and forth for a while, and I'll say, but I just felt like I wish it was me or something like that. And then he's like, why didn't you just say that from the beginning?
Yes. Yep.
And in my opinion, I did say it but different words.
You did say it.
Words.
And you used every word you didn't use at that time to say it. Like you didn't say it then. So, but
to me, I did.
I know to you did. I know. So those are the types of things.
So I will say to the apology thing for the first year and a half we were together, he refused to apologize at all. Like
it had to be bad for me to apologize.
And I finally had to say to him, like, I need you to acknowledge that I'm feeling a certain way and that you had a part in some of this. And I think it took maybe him trusting, like you said, Ron, like, I'm not going to beat him up the next time and make it easier for me to get my way. It's like, I really need you to take your part in this.
I can do that. That's fair. And I will say the most ridiculous argument I ever got into with you was when COVID hit. And I'd only been out of school for 3 years. So I went from being a student from the age of 4 to the age of 30 to right into having a job. And so I'm working, and then a year and a half into working, COVID hits, or 3.5 years into working, COVID hits. So I don't know what to do with myself. And, she's used to working from home because that was what her job's been now. So she's been working at home for the last few weeks, and I've only been home a week, and I'm terrible. I am annoying the hell out of her every which way. And so she's on she works with accounting management. And so she's doing a worldwide call.
It was with the UK.
Yeah, it was with the
like
UK. It felt like the whole world, the UK. So like, I'm just being a jackass, like being upset. And she's saying she's gonna make me lunch, right? I didn't know that she's making me lunch with those thin sandwich thingies. I thought it was Wonder Bread and it was a sandwich thins. So when she put the sandwich on, it only looked like one slice of bread. So out loud, I'm like, yo, you made me a sandwich with one slice of bread? All of Ireland heard this.
Oh my God.
Ireland
Wow.
and UK. They started to laugh, and I was like, honey, it's a sandwich thin.
I was like, oh. And you hear me go, oh. I guess. And so yeah, I will say that was, I admitted my part in that one. I wrote you a note the next day saying I love you.
I mean, I made you a sandwich, so if I thought you only needed one piece of bread, then you only needed one piece of bread.
Oh.
You're looking for it, huh?
I thought we got over this when you said the girl in the wheelchair left me. I thought we'd gone through this with you getting on me.
No,
in live.
you told
I told you. We were talking about it was a dating thing. And I was like, the losses that you take or something like that. She's like, yeah, didn't a girl in a wheelchair leave you? And I was like, wow.
No, I just said she refused.
Oh yeah, like didn't you get ghosted by a girl in a wheelchair? I was like, yes, I got ghosted by Chariots of Fire. Yes. So whenever she gets a chance to get one in there, she'll just the Mortal Kombat uppercut me, and I don't see him coming.
Yeah.
It's what keeps me on my toes, I guess.
I mean, did you see your picture during COVID?
That's not.
Like, I mean,
I looked homeless.
You
I
needed
didn't look homeless. Okay, that's fine. Anyway.
I think we all looked homeless.
Yeah, we did.
When you proposed to me, I was in pajamas, and I think I'd been in those pajamas for like 3 days. It's
That's
fine.
fair. That was very fair.
That's love.
So, go ahead. What you got?
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, what is the most embarrassing thing that has happened to you guys during your date night? Like before you guys got together, got married. I don't want to talk about this one. I'm going to talk about it. It's my turn on this one. But go ahead. You guys spotlight this one. Go ahead.
That was like I said the other night. That's really the only.
That was like embarrassing. That was like embarrassing for you, but it wasn't embarrassing. Like that was almost a fight.
Like between us.
Like yeah. So, okay. Well, we were at Barnes and Noble, and we had taken the kids with us, and you know, kids in bathrooms, like they don't have to go. And then at the worst time, they have to go. Okay. Mm-hmm. So let me say this with a caveat. If you're in public, give parents some leeway. Okay. Because you don't know what leads up to certain things. So one of our daughters, again, it was that weird like bathroom thing. And she's like, I have to go to the bathroom. And we had both kids. And I think Brittany were you pregnant with Clark?
Yeah.
You were. So you were pregnant with Clark too. And Brittany goes, oh, fuck. Okay. But she said that, like in public. Okay. Like she's like, oh, fuck. Okay. And then someone who obviously didn't have kids, didn't understand the struggle. He steps out of the aisle and he's like, nice way to talk to your kid. And then Brittany steps up, like, excuse me. I'm like, dude,
fucking excuse me.
And I'm like, oh, here we go. And I'm like, dude, and I had to squash it. I'm like, no, don't.
He came in like a UFC boxer, just zipped right in between us both. And he was like, it's okay. It's
dude,
okay.
Don't. And he looks at me and I'm like, don't do it. Don't.
Don't do it.
He didn't push. He went about his business. And it was like, that sucked. That did suck. But that's not really, that wasn't like fun embarrassing. That was like almost confrontation and embarrassing.
Yeah, that's not like I farted and he heard me fart.
Yeah. I would have rather heard her fart, honestly.
Oh my God.
Well, I mean, I will say that you want to do yours and I'll do mine. I can do mine.
I don't know if I have. Well, I mean,
our first date was.
Hold on, before you tell yours. So I feel like probably the embarrassing, funny things is like when and it happens more than it happens often. Is that we're like ordering something and he can't hear So he reads the menu, not very well apparently, and then the waitress or waiter comes over and they're like, okay, so 2 examples. One, we're at breakfast and he wants some kind of breakfast and it comes with a toast and you get to pick the kind of bread. And the girl lists all the bread. And instead of watching her mouth while she's listing these breads, he's looking down at the menu trying to find what he wanted to order and what the options are. She gets done. He looks up and pointedly and very matter of fact says, bacon.
Bacon.
And I'm like, no. And she looks at me like, did I?
Is he slow?
Are you after his weekly trip?
We're not on that step yet. Holy shit.
And another time we were at not a fancy steakhouse, but a steakhouse, and he wanted grilled shrimp with his meal. And so he orders and he's like, yeah, shrimp. And the guy goes, do you want grilled or fried? He goes, hot. You. And again, they just look at me like, is he on this program?
Man, would you like to order for him? That's awesome.
Oh, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, all right. Anyway, I know that for a lot of couples, 2020 was an inflection point. So how did you guys deal with being in each other's faces 24/7 for what? We were in Philly at this time, so it was 4 months we were inside the house?
Yeah. Are you not telling your story or you're not?
Oh, mine?
You're giving me a reprieve?
No, that was my story. I was like,
oh, that was your story?
Yeah, that's embarrassing. I can go. It's like, yeah, that's mentioned.
Okay,
that's embarrassing.
sorry. I thought you had a different story.
No, that one.
I was about to be really embarrassed.
No, that one takes it. That's fair. I'm sorry. We had to learn sign language in parts, so we do bacon now. This is the sign for bacon. You just do 2 fingers, do this. So whenever I don't know what the hell's going on, I'll be like, hey, bacon is saying help.
That's awesome.
So that was embarrassing enough. I actually appreciate that one. That's a good one.
I thought you were going to tell a totally different story.
No, that was actually the perfect story for the embarrassment. But I will say, for 2020, we were in the house. No, we lived in Philly at this time, so we were in the house for 4 months. So how did y'all deal with being in each other's faces 24/7 for several months?
Well, for us, it was a little different because there's some feedback. You hear that?
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Is it us?
It's us.
Let me see if it's still going. No, we're good. We're good.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah,
So I'll double check.
I worked in a health food store. Now, we had mostly vitamins and herbs, but we did have bread and we did have drinks. So we were able to stay open. All right. So we were able to stay open. So we weren't in each other's face 24/7. However, that being said, what we really enjoyed was we lived COVID before COVID. We don't like going out. We don't like getting together with family. We don't really we're each other's friends, so that's who we want to hang out with. We already homeschooled, so there's nothing outside. I always tell people there's honestly nothing outside my front door that I want or need. So it's I don't lock me in, and then I don't have to make an excuse as to why I'm locked in. Okay, I don't care. Just don't knock on my door and try to do something, and then we'll be fine.
I sometimes feel like doing things, but it's usually play a board game.
Yeah.
We just are.
But we weren't. It wasn't. But if we were in our faces 24/7, I don't know. I don't know how it would go. I'm honestly, that's pretty much all I want, anyways. I don't. I'm an inside cat. I'm a homebody. I like the people that I like are in my house. So that's. I don't think. I don't know for sure. I don't think it'd be. I know for a fact it wouldn't be as rough as it probably was for a lot of couples, who weren't used to, maybe they go out with their friends separately and stuff. Me and Brittany never did that. So if me and Brittany go out, we go out with each other. That's we're our own couple. Like that's it, you know?
Yeah.
We usually have our own things going on, like we had said earlier and stuff. So like our downstairs is set up. We're in our adult living room is kind of what we call it. This is mine and Ron's living room, and we've got the table here where he works, and sometimes I do work. And the kids' living room is over that way, but right next to us, literally right there, is my nice big kitchen. So we're like in talking distance.
Yeah.
And that's usually how we will carry out our days and stuff. And if the kids get too noisy or they can't be sent outside, then he'll just go upstairs to work. Like we have outlets where if things are too much, we can get away, but we enjoy being around each other and working around each other. And we have our spaces where we can get work done.
Yeah. I'm really very aware of if something is my problem or not. Like the kids having fun. It drives me crazy. I'm now I know why my dad was so miserable all the time. Like I understand a little bit more now because it's just constant loud. And I'm 47. Like it's just like, oh my God, I want quiet. But that's my problem. So if the kids get a little crazy where it could be dangerous, yeah, I say something. But today I went upstairs because it's not their fault that I'm like on the spectrum for noise. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I tried. I've always tried not to sling my own shit around at everybody. If it's my problem, it's my fucking problem.
He's gotten really good at it too. Really good at letting it go and going upstairs without me suggesting that he should go upstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So I will say, yes, you both, I will say, Brittany, what you do is technically an art. But you guys are both passionate artists. Ron with the ink and the pens, Brittany with the amazing cookies that you bake. Like, how do you guys balance your passions with, being around each other, the kids, other obligations? How do you guys balance all of that?
I was pretty much like we just said, like me and Brittany, like we always have like an open window into the kitchen where literally if we're watching The Office or I have Seinfeld on, she can still hear it in the kitchen. So we'll still both laugh. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Or she'll have something on in there. I'll have something on in here. I will tell you that I always take the time to, like, let's say after dinner. After dinner is cuddle time for a few minutes. So, and if we don't do that, that's where for me it builds up and it's like, okay, I miss her. I haven't seen her, even though she's right there.
Yeah.
Like I need like a physical touch to actually see something. It's weird. So that's really important. That kind of 5 minutes of cuddle time. We'll usually do that again later at night where she'll show me TikTok videos, which I hate TikTok, but some of the videos, but she loves it. And some of the videos are funny. So I let her show me TikTok videos. So we take little 5-minute breaks with each other,
Okay.
And then with the kids, like I said, we homeschool. We homeschool.
Okay.
We can't really afford to have one in soccer, one in dance, one in hockey. My sister does that. My sister lives in a mansion. I swear to God, it's a beautiful, beautiful home that they're never in. They're never there because they do so much shit.
So many things with kids. Yeah, they have.
They do. Dude, they're in Rochester for cheerleading things, and it's like, I see pictures on Facebook, and the pictures make me tired. Yeah, and I'm like, I don't ever want to do that.
So the other thing I wanted to add too, when you asked this question or when we read this question last night, so I actually paint. I am a painter too, and sometimes Ron and I will collab on a commission, and if he can draw something faster than I can draw it, I'll ask him to squeeze it in, and then I'm off to the races. I can paint it and we'll sell it to the person.
Wow.
Yeah.
Also because we both have a different eye for different things. Like he's really skilled and practiced, and I'm more of a color theorist. And using that, we can look at each other's stuff and be like, I don't know what's going on with this part right here. Maybe it should be a little lighter. And it'll be like, no, that's supposed to be like that. But then sometimes I'm right. And he's like, you know what? I felt that already too. I think I am going to make it lighter. And it turns out right. So and he can also taste test my shit that I bake too. And that's
so good.
That's a huge badge of honor because he's
God.
actually a really picky guy. Just he's always been just a straight chocolate chip cookie guy. But
Really?
I've gotten him to even like my oatmeal cookies.
Oh yeah, I never liked
oatmeal. I didn't try the oatmeal. Did you hide it from me?
I think I probably did. I like oatmeal.
No, I don't know if I sent you guys oatmeal. I don't think I gave you guys.
Okay,
oatmeal.
yeah, even the oatmeal cookies are good, and I didn't give a shit about oatmeal cookies my whole life. Like, why?
Yeah, guys, this is actually a perfect time to let you know. Wait. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, is there any time that you guys have been collaborating or like you've given feedback in your art where you guys have been offended with what the other person has said?
Yeah.
She doesn't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, there was one time, and this is when we were still friends. And I was living in Florida at the time, and I sent her a pic of something that I was working on, and the response I got back was, "You need to sketch more." And I got fucking pissed. And I'm like, you know what? This is why I don't show anyone anything. And I was like, so literally, and I was like in bed. So like the next day, she's like, please don't be mad at me. I don't have any friends. She's like, I'm sorry. She didn't mean it like, hey, you suck. You should practice more. She just enjoys sketching, and she told me I should sketch more. But that's not how it came out. I was so mad.
One time I sent him a picture of a drawing I did.
Oh,
it was
God,
like Harley Quinn or Batgirl or some shit. And you were like, yeah, you just need to do more figure work. Slammed the phone down. Done. And I'll never forget it.
I swear to God. But okay.
That's right.
Guess what though? Guess what? But it was a typical female thing. Do I look fat in this dress? All right, like don't ask me because you're gonna force me to lie or so, like don't do that. And here's if you ask my opinion. And here's the thing: me saying you need to do more figure work is like you're doing really good. If you practice more, you'll be excellent. But for her, it's like she's very black and white, and I live in the gray. I'm very gray. I can go where I need to go to figure stuff out. With Brittany, it's like, oh, that line's wrong. I quit. Fuck it.
The best or the whole batch is ruined.
Yeah.
Are you guys like that too?
I feel like I live in the gray and you don't.
I don't. I can't.
Yeah, he does not live in the gray. He's.
I don't want to. No, so why would you? No,
I don't want to.
It's not perfect.
I don't want to do this. Like, why would you bring this up? You know how I live. Why bring me gray? I don't need this.
I can't even do what if scenarios with him. He doesn't get it. And he asked me like 800 questions. And I'm like, just, imagine.
How did we get here? Why did I tell you no earlier for you to get here? What did I do to let you get here?
Yes.
So it's obviously not me. So no. That's how all of them.
And the worst is that, like, I have a financial background, and like I'll suggest something like, "Oh, this is what we should do," and he just he struggles with it, and it offends me because I'm like, this is what I do with my life.
I hate spreadsheets, so every time she sends me something, it's spreadsheets, and I was like, I don't like this. She's like, how do you know? I was like, I write it down. She's like, how do you know how much money you have left over? I wrote it down. And then 6 months later, I'm like, hey, you said you put that on an Excel spreadsheet. Can I have it?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So
that seemed like a good idea.
I can live in the gray, and he's very black and white.
No.
So I know that
black and white can be frustrating. Black and white can be very frustrating, especially if you're trying to explain another person, because the way Brittany is. If she can do something, why the fuck can't this person over here do it too?
That's
like if I can understand something, how are they so stupid that they can. And I'm like, no, honey, everyone's got different things that they understand. Everyone's at different levels. She's like, no, I don't have time for that.
Absolutely not.
I
No.
don't
Different
have
levels
time
of
for that.
stupid.
Yep. Yep.
No,
Yep.
exactly. Like, hey, like think of this other person. Like, I don't want to. That sounds like something I'd never want to meet. Why would I want to be around this?
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yep.
Exactly. See? Thank you, Brady, for understanding me, because I couldn't do it. Why would you go to this decision? So, but anyway, so I was going to say, is the perfect time for Britt and Ron to shout out your channels and where we can see more of you. Britt, especially, please shout out the cookies because you deliver. And that shit is awesome, guys. I love the Snickerdoodle. Honey, what's your favorite cookie?
The Nutter Butter one.
They are awesome. So shout those out.
Thanks, guys. You can find me on Mabel Bakes on Facebook and just message me. And there's lots of pictures, but I also have a full menu that I can send you if you message me, and all the pricing details and stuff. I usually do a big ass box of 20 plus cookies. Ooh. So you get to choose 5 kinds, and that's $35. And shipping fees included in that.
Shipping fees included in $35. Yeah, and
wow.
By the way, everybody
that was so heavy.
Yes,
you got a small box.
Dude.
Those are $15. And
okay.
I usually let people choose like 3 kinds for the small box, but because I wanted to, show off a little bit, but also express my gratitude to you guys, I put in more than just 3 kinds.
Dude, everyone that's held a box of cookies are like, holy shit. And they're like, across the board, she's not charging enough. She's not charging enough.
What's the name of the cookies again, so I can type it out? What's it called?
Mabel Bakes, Mabel space BAKES. On Facebook, there's cute little bears on the logo, and I price to sell. Like
she does price to. She does.
I want to be the best price for the best cookies you ever had, and so far so good. It's been almost 2 years, and I haven't had a bad review yet. So
yeah,
and I ship anywhere in the U.S.
Anywhere in the U.S.
It is awesome. We're definitely putting that on.
And you are definitely not charging enough, sister.
I want people to buy them.
Well, word of mouth. At some point, you're gonna have to hike them prices up.
I might. If I have like an influx of orders and stuff like that, I will have to like supply the boxes and the baggies that I heat seal them in.
Yeah, each cookie is individually wrapped and all that. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I actually really enjoyed that too. When I opened the box, I was like, all individually wrapped.
It's meld into each other. Or just, it was actually really good. So, guys, again, Mabel Bakes on Facebook. Please check that out. We're probably going to shout them out on all the other channels we got because that was great.
Did you want Ron to give his shout out?
Yeah, Ron, go ahead, man. Shout yours out.
For me, you can find me at Romo2Art on Twitter or X. That's really the best place. And then I believe it's still Romo2Art on Facebook or Romo Art. I do comics, and Facebook isn't really the best. I found Twitter for comic books to be much, much better for finding work, finding clients. So yeah, Romo2Art on Twitter, X, and then also Romo Art on Facebook. You'll find me.
Word.
He also prices himself affordably too.
I'm an indie artist though, so every client I have has a job and kids. You know what I mean?
But
so
it's top tier.
I'm a good indie art. Yeah, I'm a good indie. I have good quality for the price. I do.
You do. You actually really do. Honestly, we might have to talk to you about a commission at some point for us at some point.
Yeah.
If y'all do a collab for us for Ordinary Gains and make that, we're cool with that too. But so just closing out, we're gonna do a few reaction videos and hopefully some Stone Cold Shiro if you guys have some time.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
okay. So all right. So all right, guys. So it's about that time. You guys know it is Stone Cold Shiro.
Oh,
okay.
This time. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I scour the web, guys, and pick 3 clips that I think will make Shiro laugh.
You know I don't like breaking your heart, right?
How would you?
Okay.
It's because I have something on it, okay? We're always trying to bet something on it. Last week was dishes. I kind of did those, okay?
You kind of did those.
You have anything you want to bet or put on this one? I'll vacuum. Well, I haven't vacuumed, but I'll do it. I mean, I'll try.
Well, we gotta sweep the house.
All right, so
Sweeping.
Sweeping. Okay, sweeping. All right.
Yes.
Right? Yes, you have to walk with me. You have to take me.
I gotta walk with you.
You have to walk with me, like when Kenny and I go to Walmart.
I'd rather go to IKEA with you.
Aisle.
I'd rather walk in IKEA with you. I can't do Home Depot
I
with
have
you.
a gift card to IKEA, so
Jesus Christ. Oh
pick
my
one.
God. Oh, okay. Thanks, Ron.
I like
Is there anything you guys want to bet on this? Either make the other person drink the water and see if they won't spit it out, or y'all gonna watch on this one. You can if you want to.
I'm good.
You don't want.
Okay. All right.
No, we're good.
Well played. All right. So let me see. Okay. So, honey. Okay. I'm gonna find what I got. Okay.
Okay, I'm not looking.
All right. You cannot look yet. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna find it. Where is it?
Tell me where you find it. I'm not gonna take it.
Actually, I preloaded this, so I
Did
know
you
where it
Because
is.
it sounds like you're still fumbling.
I'm not fumbling. You're fumbling. Your face is fumbling.
Your face
All
is
right. So this is all right. So I've got. All right. I'm gonna bring up the first one now. Make sure it's loading up. You guys can see it. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll bring it on the full screen. Okay. All right, honey.
All right.
Here's the first one I got. Okay. Here we go. You ready?
What's the matter? I've been getting death threats.
You mean death threats?
Not this time.
Again, you are not me. You are not me. I'm running on.
Yes.
Fine.
Yes.
Wow. That's great.
I just don't like it.
I didn't expect that. That's great.
Oh,
That's good.
I'm sorry. I'm so dry. Yes. Oh man, that was worth it.
All right.
Thank you. All right, let me see if I can get the next one.
Is it like best 2 out of 3? Like
2 fine, 2 out of 3.
Okay.
2 out of 3. Let me know when you're all right. All right, let me find it. Let me find it now.
that was good.
I've been holding.
Like, okay, I know what to expect, but
I was holding on that one for
I
weeks.
figured because I laughed, I had to spit out the water.
Okay.
What
Hold
does
on.
E.G.O get if he wins?
Oh,
he didn't pick anything. That's unfortunate.
To not go
man,
to
it's fine not to do the chores. So I think it's a win for me. It's a win for me if I don't have to do it.
Okay,
Yeah.
you don't want anything?
No, I mean that's me not doing chores is the win for me.
Okay.
I like it. I have to do them.
It's like,
All right,
that's like a lot of guys. Like a lot of guys, it's like I don't need anything. I just don't want to do anything. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't.
I'm winning, really.
Yeah, I was like, I'm winning by not having to do anything. It's a bloodless battle. It's like flawless victory.
You could literally sit at the house and do nothing all day.
It's
and
fantastic. I love it.
Yeah.
See, yes. All right. So for anyone that grew up in a really strict Christian household, you will ultimately understand this. But sure, I'm going to let you in on this world too. I'm going to see if you laugh. If you just think it's weird. So here it goes.
Have sex?
I figured you'd say that, so I came prepared.
You brought a condom?
No, silly.
Nick, kind of kinky.
I rigged this room with explosives. Premarital sex is a sin. Have fun running in hell, Beth.
Nick? Nick! No!
Music.
Nick, please!
No? 2000s, the 90s were really weird.
Really? That was funny.
I thought it'd be funny enough when it said virginity is cool.
It took too long to get them.
That's what the virgins say.
No, I mean, that was weird.
Okay.
I mean, if he would have said something in the moment, like
It would have been funnier.
yeah,
Okay.
that was a lot.
Okay, let me find. Okay, the last one that I got.
Because I was prepared to laugh. Actually,
Really?
I was telling myself, "Oh, you're gonna laugh at this," and then
Okay.
it disappointed me.
All right.
Jesus Christ.
It's a tough crowd around here.
Okay,
All right, next one.
you have it?
Yeah, all I gotta do is hit the share button. I'm ready. All right, ready? All right, here it goes. My buttermilk brings the Isaiahs to the yard, and they're like, it's superior to thine.
Oh,
yes! Oh, you're a cheater. You swallowed the water. Come on. Oh, come on. Really? Oh, we were watching a lot of Breaking Amish. I thought that would do it. Really?
I mean, it was cute. I feel like if you would have done a performance with it, I would have died. But
Fine.
it just kind of like.
Now I gotta sleep.
You didn't even do it on beat.
I was trying to read it when I was seeing it, but I couldn't. I had to look at you and read it.
You need to look.
I only got one. I had to look both ways. So.
Be on the other side.
No, I like this. All right. So anyway, yeah. Okay.
Shopping.
Let's just sweep the. What are the sweep?
Oh, the whole house, honey.
The whole fucking house? Really? Even again?
You can pick a room.
Okay, great. The kitchen, I guess.
No.
What?
You can pick the living room.
That's not me picking. You should pick for me. We'll do this later. I want to play this game with you.
No, because the rest is too much.
Okay.
You can't just pick, like, it's all
Not a good sweeper,
joined.
guys. Not a good sweeper.
I know,
Anyway.
but you can't see the ground.
In front of company, ma'am. Okay.
It's not a
Anyway.
Not a secret.
I'm just like seeing watch. All right. The last thing we'll do is we will get you all's thoughts on some clips that I have found here as well.
Sure.
So basically, we'll get couples reaction clips. So I'm going to find the first one that I've got here. It's 3-7. Actually, I really do want to get your thoughts on this one. All right, so for this
Did
one,
you die laughing at the virginity is cool one?
a little bit because
So if you only laughed a little, why would you think I would laugh?
you would. I told you about what that life is like, and it's like, hey, how do you show a girl you're very interested in her at the church? You grab as many chairs as you can and hold them to show your strength in the Lord and physical strength like Samson. I thought it would work like that, but anyway, all right. So.
I mean, you can pull on like what is it called?
Mission Impossible?
No, someone who's really staunch in their belief and will kill themselves for it.
Like that's a zealot?
Murder.
Fanatical?
Yeah, murder.
Okay, that was
I mean, there's
so it's a little too extreme. Fine. Okay, so guys, this video is about a man that tried pranking his own girl by putting on her clothes and cooking in their kitchen. I'm going to show you the reaction she had. I don't even know if I have to have the music on for this one. So I'm like, okay.
It's me.
What?
Oh, First of all, I don't like playing my own life.
He's stupid.
Good for her. That was amazing.
I just,
I mean, you have a stranger in your house. He's lucky she wasn't carrying.
That is fair. Because I was like, I mean, the man was playing with his own life.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have been me. Awesome. Couldn't have been me.
That was
all
awesome.
Right. Next one I've got is I'm just letting y'all know I don't go grocery shopping with Shiro. She just goes to pick stuff up. But I envision that if she did have me go to the grocery store, it'd be like this. So this is how she starts. This is how lady sends her husband to go.
I do send you pictures.
I mean, I kind of like this because you can touch it. Okay, the quantity is 24. I see that I need 3 of these. I wouldn't be upset.
Him wrappers to the store.
She has given me wrappers before.
Yes. This week I had a procedure done and I was under anesthesia and he was with me. And so, he was all upset because he thought I was going to be out for the count. Right. And I guess when I was done, they wheeled me into the room and I started to come to, and I was like, honey, I need you to get me this and this. I'll send you a picture. And he was like, shh. And the nurse comes in. Oh, she's waking up.
I was so mad. I was like, if you just put her in a wheelchair, we can wheel it into the car. She won't remember anything for the next 6 hours. You know how much work I can get done in 6 hours? They're just like, awake. Oh my goodness, how are you doing? I'm not doing great, Helen. Thank you for letting me know.
But yeah, I did. I had to send him a picture for the things we needed.
So next thing I've got is, because Shiro and I do not have children yet, I'm gonna show you this video and ask if this is accurate, at least somewhat or fully. All right, here we go.
Okay.
My kids are gonna eat what I give them. All right, here's your pasta. What? You don't want pasta with sauce? You just liked it last week. You want it with no sauce. Okay, here is your pasta with no sauce. You want it with butter? Goddamn butter. Okay, here is your pasta with butter. And that should be all, right? You want what? You want macaroni? You want macaroni with butter? We don't have macaroni. Hey, you know what? Guys, how about this? How about ice cream for dinner for everybody? I know, yeah. Screw me, right?
Is this true, or is it accurate somewhat or in full?
No, it is true. It's that, and it's so much worse. It really is. It's so much worse.
It's a lesson in patience, is what kids is.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I know, I don't want that.
I've
Okay.
gotten really good at like
It's so hard.
preempting the bullshit, especially around food. So like I'm already prepared and I know what they will or what they won't eat, and I make like 4 dinners a night.
Yeah.
But we all eat something different.
We all eat.
so
I know. That's a
It's
night.
not like a full 3 thing.
It's a nightmare.
4-person, dinners. I just make a bunch of things that I know everybody will eat, and then I can fix up everybody's plates based on that.
Yeah, Brittany can make anything work. Brittany is my make-do wife. She can make anything work. It's amazing. I'm the guy where it's like, I don't like it. I don't care. Like, don't eat. I don't care. Like it's like before they finish their question, my answer is already no.
No. Oh yeah.
The answer is no. No. And Brittany's answer is always yes. And it's just sometimes I know when it's like, dude, they weren't hungry until you shut the TV off. They're not hungry. They don't know what to do now. It's oh god.
Sometimes they'll be getting into it though, and this isn't about food, but if I try to break something up and I'm met with the attitude, he'll come and put his foot down right away.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it is so hot. It's so hot.
All right. Look
I will say that will probably be us in a sense. Like I'm really pretty chill a lot, but then the moment something like goes down, like just example with our dog, we only had her a couple days. We actually had plans for Thanksgiving, and so we had to take her to daycare or whatever. But like things have been going pretty good. He was the disciplinarian. I'm like, oh, look at our dog. And then all of a sudden she jumps on our bed, and I have stripped the bed because I was washing the stuff because we're leaving. And she looks directly at me and starts peeing.
Oh, she gave you an FUP.
Yes.
Oh my god.
He backed up, was like, I'm not in this, and she never did that shit again. But like, yeah, when I've had it, I've had it.
Yeah.
By the way.
Yep.
So, closing it out, I want to know how relatable this is for Ron. The minute I saw it, I was like, it makes absolute sense to me. I will bring this up here, and last one will be getting out of you guys' hair. Bring this up here, and yes, here we go.
Something ain't right. Go check it out.
Now?
No, tomorrow, egghead. Now. Go ahead.
You know what? For me, I will tell you, I tend to be the more temperamental one in public. I have zero patience for humans, and it's like we both do that for different things. Let me say that. We both do that for different things, though. So there's things that she handles, and there's things that I handle. And a lot of times in public, I'm going to be the guy that goes and says, like, that's not okay. What's up? Like, no, that's not okay.
Oh my god. I have to point it out to him. I'm like, yo, do you see those people? They just want to, like, do you want to go ask them?
I won't tell her no every time because I'm like, perhaps they, we reserved it on the app. I mean, perhaps they got
maybe
here
there's
before.
something that I don't know that there's going on. Yeah, I need more information. Before.
Exactly. I got. Hey, look, man. I'm sorry to bring this up, but she has. It's not me. It's not me.
But I
get it.
think
Yeah.
he's a lot nicer about it than I am.
And that's
a lot of times. Yeah.
A lot of times I'm able to kind of get everyone to calm down and do all that. But if I'm in public, I'm usually angry before anything does happen. Just because I'm in public, I'm already irritated. So if anything like is even slightly out of step, I'm like, fucking idiot. Great. All right.
I've gotten a lot better with that. Like I used to be so mad all the time.
Yeah.
And like now when people come up to me,
now I can do that for her. I'm mad for her now. So.
Women or elderly people come up to me and start talking to me for no reason, I'll stand and I'll entertain it or whatever. But if someone stands too close to me in the line, I'll turn the fuck around and like full on front them and say, you're standing too close to me. But I used to be way more disagreeable.
Yeah, she was
in public before Ron.
She was way more Yeah, I used to be the nice one, and she was like the disagreeable one, and we've really flip flopped.
We kind of melted differently.
I think that what we did was, I was raised by women. I was raised by my mom and my grandma. You know what I mean? So, and she was raised kind of rough. So what we did was we allowed ourselves to be the woman and be the man, and we understand those roles better as we've gotten older.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie, it's actually pretty good. I will say it only flips when I get with my food. I'm like, hey babe, go check it out. I'll get my shrimp.
Oh, dude, yeah.
I'll make sure you get it.
I get my hot shrimp.
Yeah.
If I have like $30 and we're going out to eat, which we never do because I never have $30, and the food's not right, I'm ready to choke everyone in the restaurant. I'm like, I get to do this fucking once, and you mess it up. Like you can't.
Like, come on.
You'll get to that,
yeah.
Which of you does better with calling customer service for things?
Oh.
If you need to wait on the phone and then talk to somebody.
Him all day, because my attitude will I'm like, did you not just hear me? Or like someone, I think we were canceling AT&T and moving to another service. And this man asked me at least 5 times, like, are you sure I can't offer you this? And I just said, how many times do I have to tell you no before we can move forward here?
Yeah.
And he got so mad at me. He's like, why do you have an attitude? This is my job. And I was like, well, again, how many times do you have to ask me so you can just answer no to all of those questions you're going to ask me?
Just like, I'm just like, hey, what's going on? Hey, how you doing? What's your name? Bob. Hey, E.G.O, how are you doing today? Thursday. I know it's Friday Eve, right?
No.
So, hey, I just want that's
Ron
that's
will
how I
just
feel.
scream out F-bombs and hang up. And then I have to get the number and call back.
Dude, I don't understand why just paying something like a cable bill, it needs to be so hard. Like it's not. And here's like, I have an idea of a utopia that will never exist in my head. So it's like, I know for a fact that it doesn't have to be like this. So when I'm doing something and they're making me like do extra shit, I know what they're doing. They're just sucking on my negative energy, and I'm just giving it to them because I'm like, it doesn't have to be this way. I just have to pay the fucking bill. It doesn't. It drives me crazy.
Yeah,
it drives me crazy.
That is fair. I got you.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fair. Guys, thank you so much for joining us this evening. I know you're busy with the jobs and everything.
Thank
it's been
you,
fantastic.
guys.
It's like the first
This is the first one.
Yeah, you guys are the first couple spotlight we've ever done. So you guys have been actually awesome. Yeah, you guys have been awesome. So yeah, please let everyone else know.
You got one of the best shows on YouTube. You really do.
Aw.
You guys, your energy is phenomenal. Your production is really good. You're always on everything. Like you do such a good job, man.
Thank
Really.
you. I want to say thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it. Let everyone else know about it. If anyone else wants to do the couple spotlight, let us know. You guys know that our email chat is ordinarygamesforall@gmail.com. But guys, check out Mabel Bakes and Romo 2 Art both on X and on IG and on Facebook as well. But guys, for the beautiful couple and Shiro and E.G.O, guys, we are out. Catch you later.